What would you do if you saw a foreign balloon in your country's airspace? This isn't a hypothetical question for Taiwan. On a seemingly ordinary Monday, reports flooded in about 6 Chinese balloons drifting through Taiwan's airspace. The purpose of these airborne intruders remains shrouded in mystery. Along with these balloons, sightings of Chinese jets and military ships were also reported. The balloons were spotted in various locations, from the southern city of Pingtung to the north of Keelung Harbor, a significant naval hub for Taiwan. The Defense Ministry of Taiwan, who acknowledged these sightings, has been keeping a close eye on the activities of the Chinese People's Liberation Army in the surrounding oceans and airspace. But despite this vigilance, the purpose of these balloons, which seem to vanish into the Pacific, remains unknown. The sightings of these balloons appear to be escalating, but the question remains, what is their purpose? It's not just balloons that have been sighted in Taiwan's airspace. The Defense Ministry has reported sightings of 4 Chinese airplanes and an equal number of military ships in the vicinity of Taiwan. It's not just a matter of observation. Taiwan's military has been actively monitoring the situation, employing land-based missile systems, Navy boats, and combat planes. These are not passive measures. They are necessary and proactive steps taken to ensure the security of the island. The balloons, while seemingly innocuous, are perceived as part of a larger campaign of harassment against Taiwan, a self-governing island that China claims as its own territory. The increase in these sightings, coupled with the presence of military aircraft and ships, paints a picture of escalating tension and potential threat. In the absence of clear communication on the purpose of these balloons, speculation and concern are inevitable. The increased military presence along with the unidentified balloons has raised concerns about China's intentions. This situation is occurring against a backdrop of political tension. Just a few weeks ago, Taiwan held its presidential election, with the independence-leaning Democratic Progressive Party claiming victory. This marks the party's 3rd consecutive term in office under the leadership of the current Vice President, William Lai, or Lai Ching-te. The pro-unification Kuomintang, KMT, managed to gain just 1 additional legislative seat over the DPP, a sign of the shifting political winds in Taiwan. But it's not just traditional party lines at play here. The party of former Taipei Mayor Ko Wen-je also made waves, particularly among the youth voters. These young people, tired of the same old politics, found appeal in Ko's fresh approach. So, with this complex political landscape, the mystery of the Chinese balloons takes on even greater significance. Are they a new form of intimidation, a surveillance tactic, or something else entirely? Amid this political landscape, the question of the balloon's purpose becomes even more pressing. The United States has also been involved in similar incidents. President Joe Biden early last year set forth a pledge to enact stricter regulations. The aim? To better detect, monitor, and potentially neutralize unidentified aerial objects within U.S. territory. This decision was spurred by an intriguing episode. A suspected Chinese spy balloon was found traversing several American states across a span of 3 weeks. In response, the U.S. military classified the balloon as a military aircraft and swiftly launched a missile at it. The debris, claimed to be advanced surveillance technology, was recovered soon after. China, however, had a different take on the situation. They vehemently argued that the downed object was merely a weather balloon that had strayed off course, labeling the U.S. response as a significant overreaction. This incident in the U.S. only adds to the global concerns about these unidentified balloons. China is known for employing gray area tactics. This refers to a way of pushing the boundaries without provoking an outright confrontation. For instance, in the South China Sea, China has blurred the lines between military and civilian roles, maintaining a sizable marine militia. These so-called civilian fishing boats are, in fact, carrying out official directives to enforce Beijing's territorial claims. In a further display of these gray area tactics, China regularly stations warships and aircraft in the waters and airspace surrounding Taiwan. This is a clear intimidation tactic, frequently crossing the median line of the Taiwan Strait, which separates the mainland from Taiwan by a mere 100 miles. These actions represent a persistent campaign of pressure against Taiwan, a self-governed island that China claims as its own. With these tactics in mind, the purpose of the balloons could be more strategic than it initially appears.